It's happening, guys. Martin is back again. You know what we are, so let's get into it. So guys, I want to say a big thank you to all those people who subscribe to the channel, new subscribers, old subscribers. You know, please, if this will save you some time, some money, please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel and all that other spiel. Anyway, guys, so we're going to get into it in respect of this particular group of fragrances. I do keep some fragrances in here, by the way. I do keep some fragrances here. This is kept for more for travel, but I just put them in here for now sometimes because I know for summertime, I just keep them out of the way. They're the fragrances I want to go to, so I'm not going to keep pulling them out. But anyway, in respect of what we have here, so these are 6 fragrances, guys, no particular order whatsoever. They're just 6 fragrances that I go to without even realizing I'm going to them, and I pick them up and I realize obviously I'm wearing them. Now it's slightly warmer, now it's slightly more in the summertime. So these are 6 fragrances, guys. I recommend that you go and get your hands on, maybe go and smell them and go and check them out if you can. If not, and you were to blind buy, I'll also tell you my thoughts on that as well. Obviously in lockdown, you may not have the opportunity to necessarily go and test these fragrances. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it in respect to the first fragrance. No particular order. This is just a fragrance I think is essential for summertime. In my opinion, it's probably one of the better fragrances released from Zara in respect of longevity, in respect of smoothness, not so alcoholic as well in the opening. And that one would be one of the classics, and that is Lisboa. So as you can see, in my opinion, guys, this would be one of the fragrances I would recommend. It's $9.99. You know, again, the company don't necessarily sponsor me, but equally, I'm seeing that you guys do like the Zara videos for some reason. So I'm going to keep going with the Zara videos. Let's get this up to 2,000 subscribers, guys. So ultimately, guys, for me, this one is a inspired clone, whatever you want to call it, of Acqua di Gio. That's ultimately what it is. Acqua di Gio. This is one of those bangers, in my opinion. It's a classic fragrance, slightly more mature. Get the sea salt note in there. According to Fragrantica, it has some lemon, it has some grapefruit, it has some mandarin in the top notes. In the mid, it has jasmine, and in the base, it has some woodsy notes. Now, for me, for $9.99, guys, the smoothness and the quality that you get from Acqua di Gio is not going to be necessarily here, but this is reminiscent of that. It's like twice removed from the original bottle. $9.99. I get that sea salty note. I can wear this one, easily get maybe about 2 to 3 hours. You may need to reapply it, but at the same time, you pay $9.99 for a single bottle, guys. So I wouldn't complain. This is 100 ml. In my opinion, this one goes very well in the summer months. If you're going on maybe onto the beach, or you're going maybe, I don't know, even if, this to me, because of the lemon note in there, and that grapefruit and that mandarin, it does remind me of, how could I say, times in Italy or Croatia, for example. That's what it reminds me of. That's the smell I get, this Sicilian lemon sort of smell. And again, with the sea salt, you know, not bad whatsoever. And it reminds me of traveling this particular fragrance. So it's a very good one, guys. Go and check it out if you're not already. And that one you can see, Lisboa from Zara. Anyway, moving on. If you're on the beach, if you're in a slightly sort of like playful sort of, I don't know, beach fire sort of thing going on, and you want to have a little bit of fun, this is not a bad one either. And you can see this one again. This is the summer collection from Zara, this particular one, this particular bottle. Notes are noted on there. Notes are grapefruit, violet leaf, peppermint, geranium, cinnamon, pineapple, sandalwood, and musk. There's another note on there which I can't even pronounce, so here is what it is. But ultimately, guys, this one to me, this is like one of the Playboy sort of fragrances. Very good sprayer. I believe this one cost me probably about $12.99 or something like that. And this is my second bottle. And this lasts quite a long time, guys. It's an opening blast with this grapefruit note in there. Reminds me very much of, and I think again, inspired clone of Hugo Boss bottled Unlimited, the flanker in the white bottle. I've done a comparison of it before. So you do get this type of, you know, grapefruit note coming out. It's a very nice fragrance, guys. I think it's well balanced compared to some of the other fragrances that Zara have released. But this particular one, it smells good. I've had compliments wearing it. It's bright. I mean, even the bottle gives it away. It's bright. It's open. It's sort of like borderline. If you were to imagine like a tart sort of, the grapefruit is like a bitter grapefruit in the opening. So it's a very sort of like, if you were drinking it, you think, that's what it's like, what they call tannins. That's what it reminds me of. It's nice, it's fresh, it's like freshly squeezed grapefruit in the opening, and then you dry down with slightly spicy, but again, it's maintaining this sort of pineapple note as well in there. It even has, again, musk in the base, so it's keeping an element of the masculine element there. But this is a fun fragrance. It's definitely one for the beach. You know, the similar fragrances, even from Calvin Klein sort of summer fragrances as well. I can imagine sort of a crossover between that as well, borderline into slightly, not slightly, how could I say, suntan lotion, but it does remind you of the sun. That's what I'll try and say with this one. Pineapple, grapefruit, burst of different smells coming out there. And again, $12.99, guys. This is one I would say by all means get a bottle of. This may last you for the next 3-4 summers. And you can see how much juice I have in there. This is coming into the second summer now, so this is a good one by all means. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to move on to this one. This is 8.0, and again, I'm going to hail up this fragrance. The reason why I'm saying this is good for the summer months. This one is a keynote, and this is watermelon. Note breakdown on this one is white mint, melon, violet, watery notes, musk, cedar, and amber. In my opinion, guys, this is one of those fragrances you can wear it anywhere. I've had compliments wearing this in the office. A lot of compliments wearing this in the office. The only problem I find about this particular fragrance, guys, is that it's a little bit, how could I say? It's a little bit alcoholic in the opening. Once the dry down starts to come in, then you get these watery notes with a mixture of this lemon. So I did a review of Carolina Herrera Chic not too long ago, which has a watermelon note in there. In my opinion, if I was to put the two like for like, I personally would prefer this one over the Carolina Herrera version. And again, that's a different type of fragrance. That one's got a lemon sort of note and vibe going on it. But this one, guys, ultimately is one of those fragrances which, again, is multi-purpose. So you could wear this one to the office, easily go to the beach and wear the same fragrance. And the reason why I'm saying that, because again, that watery note keeps it fresh. It keeps it aquatic, and again with watermelon on it, it keeps it slightly borderline gourmand. You don't really pick up too much on the base note, so the musk is keeping it there again. With the cedar as well, keeps a little bit of a woodsy note there in the base, but ultimately the key thing I get from this is a watery watermelon, if that makes sense. So you've got a lot to work with this fragrance. I believe it works in many environments. The only time it won't necessarily lend itself is probably to more to do with maybe the winter months. But this one lasts easily on my skin for up to about 4 hours or so. So I don't really need to apply it that often as an EDT because, again, it's still projecting with that watermelon note. And again, it gets to the point that you can't smell it anymore and people still can smell it and asking, what is that fragrance? And there you go. Now, unfortunately, guys, this is one of the older bottles. As for the new bottles, I do not know if they've been reformulated. The shops are closed now, so I'm not going to rush out to go and buy a new bottle for the sake of it. When the shops open again, hey, I'll go and get one. But I would say get at least a decant if you can, guys, and check out this fragrance. So there we go, in no particular order. And then I'm going to come into these two. Now, these two ones are a bit of an interesting sort of, how could I say? Interesting sort of, if they were twins, they'd definitely be twins, definitely. I mean, I've done a review on them before, but again, for the summer months, I just need to make sure I've got it correct. Yeah, okay, so we're going to go with this one first of all. And this is Deep Blue Sea from Zara. So again, a lot of these bottles don't seem to be available anymore. I don't know why. But this is actually, again, it's not a bad fragrance whatsoever. It came out, I do believe, probably around about 2018 or so, 2019. So we're opening with a bergamot note. We got this aquatic note, and I think in the base it may be some cedar wood. Apparently, according to Fragrantica as well. It's a nice, guys. It's aquatic. It's called Deep Blue Sea. Really what you get is bergamot and you get this aquatic note. It's not really a fragrance. Again, when we say bergamot, I'm not really taking it along the lines of Aventus, so try and stay away from that if that's what you think of. Bergamot's more like a sort of like a fizzy sort of top note, and then again with the aquatic note in this one, it keeps it very sort of watery, if that makes sense. So it's a nice fragrance, guys. It's pleasant. It's definitely something for the beach. It's definitely something for the hot summer months. It's one of those fragrances which, again, you can wear, but don't expect too much if you're not in the high heat. So that's it about this one. It's a nice fragrance. It reminds me of like a lagoon sort of smell, if that makes any sense. So if you imagine like Hollister Wave, those type of fragrances, it's in line with this. Okay, so it's not a bad one whatsoever, and I think this one may have cost me around about £15 or so in the UK. I cannot remember the price, but it is what it is in respect of that one. And then the next one, which is his twin cousin, is Blue Hole, and this one is slightly different in that this one has slightly more of a citric vibe to it. So it opens with a citric note. It has, I believe, it's like this sort of jasmine, and then in the base it has patchouli. So what that's basically meaning, guys, is that you've got this citric note on the top, which is, again, if it reminds you of like a lemons, for example. The jasmine note keeps it slightly floral, and in the base, when you get this patchouli, it's slightly sort of like a earthy sort of, not necessarily dirty smell, but like a earthy sort of smell. So it's not a bad fragrance whatsoever, guys. And I think this is, again, it's another one you could wear. Between the two of them, personally, you can see how much juice I have between the two. I personally will go with this one. Kind of reminds me slightly more of Invictus, I guess. But both are fine. Lemons, fresh, lemon pledge sort of smell is going to be this one. This one is the blue hole. And equally, if you want to roll slightly Aventus, slightly more Hollister Wave, by all means go and check this one. It smells to me, to be honest guys, between the two, this one is like a deeper type of smell, and I think maybe the juice gives that away, while this one is slightly more citric and you get more of the top notes in this one, where this one you can probably get a bit more of the mids and the base notes. So they're not bad fragrances at all guys. If you can check them out, go and check them out. Essential, I would say so. And finally guys, without further ado, and I'm only going to say this one because it'd be a shame for me not to say it. I have tried to wear this one to give it an opportunity, and I've tried to wear this one to get it out of my collection and rotation, or it's just be a waste of juice. Again, came in at £20, I believe it was, 19.99. It is a reformulation, unfortunately, and the older one I have is no longer available. The older one I only have a little bit of juice left, so I'll just wear that one because that's a lot heavier. And the last one I want to come out with, guys, is this one, Vibrant Leather, the original one, or the most recent version from Zara. You know, everyone says and everybody knows you got this sort of Aventus clone going on. Fortunately, this one has been reformulated, and therefore it does let it down. Ultimately, guys, you open up with this bergamot note, you get some lemon in there. They say bamboo in there. But at the end of the day, guys, it reminds me of bergamot, lemon, slightly citric, probably again, base notes, probably like a cedar note in there. It's just fresh, and that's what I'll see. Don't expect too much from it, guys, because it's one of those fragrances which realistically, you're not going to get that long respect of longevity. If you're wearing it in a normal environment, you will probably wear Aventus if that's what you're going for. It's not the same, so don't get it confused. But let me just have a look again. Just one last look on this one. It's one of those fragrances I just want to see when it came out. I believe it was 2018, I want to say, or 19. It's a recent release anyway. Yeah, they keep changing these. I don't know why did they keep reformulating these fragrances. I really do not understand why you'd have a good thing going, reformulate it and take away the potency. If I did a comparison of the original bottle I have, 2018, yeah, so the original 2018 bottle I have and this one now, and it's just literally they've taken away, you know, what it was. Yeah, base notes according to Fragrantica is a leather note. I don't really know about that. To me personally, it could be like a leather, probably mixed with some form of woodsy note as well. But ultimately, the key thing is this bergamot, and again, you get this type of, I mean, there could even be pineapple in there, maybe not really that much if there was. It's possible that it's not going to be. But again, this lemon note is not noting of Fragrantica, but the lemon note is there. And the reason why I'm saying to wear this in summer, guys, is because, again, people know Aventus. If they smell this one, not everybody will necessarily know, but hopefully with the high heat, it'll big it up a little bit more and give you more of an opportunity for this fragrance to survive. If you're wearing this in the cold weather, you may struggle with this one, guys, a little bit, but it's a nice fragrance, gentlemanly scent. And it's definitely one that you'll get compliments on. It's just unfortunately, if it's just moved along from the previous level of, how could I say, longevity and projection that you get previously, and how long that would last for. This one just, it doesn't really last as long. So maybe you'll get about 2 hours on this one. The previous one, I'd easily be able to get about 3 to 4 hours without a problem. And this one now is pushing, struggling to get the 2 hours. So, you know, when you apply, guys, obviously you need to be smart, but by all means, I would recommend still to wear this one for summer. Just to get it in, guys. Just get it in. But anyway, guys, that was it. So that was 6 fragrances without any particular order. By all means, I do believe they're essential. And there are many more, actually, I would recommend. But these are the 6 that I picked up on today. And these are the 6 that have been in my rotation, depending on what I'm doing. So by all means, guys, if this will save you some time and some money, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.